You know about conscious leadership? We meet such people who actually have transformed not just their lives but the lives of people around them.
If I have to bring in the real change, then I need to be an entrepreneur.
What is the actual difference? What KonMari does for you? It's not a cleaning service. Hello guys. So we are back with a new edition of the Evolvement podcast. Every fortnight, we decode one more step in the journey of becoming a conscious leader. You know about conscious leadership? We meet such people who actually have transformed not just their lives but the lives of people around them. They have found their inner core, their inner strength, and are living lives that are actually unimagined by the rest of the world. I love the fact about the podcast. I'm meeting such people, such conscious leaders. बोलते ना जैसी संगत वैसी रंगत. And I remember always thinking that I had to either, you can't keep meeting people. So I used to read a lot of biographies, and now I think I'm so privileged with the podcast. I am now meeting such people. And Rachna, my heart is really in my mouth in a way because I have heard so much about you, so much about what you have been doing. And guys, I met Rachna through a reference, and he insisted, no, you have to meet Rachna. You all will get along really well, and she is doing amazing stuff. And I think definitely I can now feel that, I can sense it. We've had a lot of interesting discussions. So Rachna, I think now tell me in your own words, just describe yourself. Because मैं ही बोलती जाऊँगी.
First of all, I want to thank you for having me on this podcast. वो बोलते हैं ना कि अगर आप का दिल अच्छा है तो आपको सामने वाले सब अच्छे ही मिलते हैं और आप अच्छे अच्छे लोगों को अपनी लाइफ में अट्रैक्ट करते हैं. तो आई कम्प्लीटली बिलीव दैट. And that's the reason probably where we've met and we are having this heart-to-heart discussion today. So I will say, before any formal introductions, I am a proud daughter, a wife, and a mom.
Lovely.
And professionally, so I have almost 15 plus years of experience working with the education industry, and right now I am a decluttering and organizing consultant where I help people, especially women, to transform their spaces and to bring change in their lives so that they can save their precious time.
Wow. Okay, so guys, what Rachna has not really shared, she has because I think her own achievements, she just thinks it's like, okay, matter of fact. Rachna has worked with NMIMS, which as you know is a deemed university as based at Mumbai. She has been part of their pharma program, and she was working as a corporate specialist analyst relations.
I was the head of corporate relations and placements.
Wow. So she was head of corporate relations and placements, and NMIMS is something, is a university. My sister's done her MBA from NMIMS, by the way.
Wow.
So I definitely know NMIMS, and it takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of inner courage, because when you are working with such an esteemed organization, your standards have also got to grow up. NMIS is definitely defining standards.
Absolutely.
And so you were holding such a prestigious job there. And what made you think about changing and going into the decluttering industry?
So I would say before the decluttering industry, the seed was already sown when I met somebody who said कि अगर लाइफ में रियल फ्रीडम चाहना है, आपको पाना है रियल फ्रीडम, अगर आपको वर्क करना है अपने टाइम पे, अपने शर्तों पे, एंड दैट इज समथिंग विच ऑल ऑफ अस वांट, इवन इफ कितना भी ल्यूक्रेटिव जॉब हो, तो एंटरप्रेन्योर इज entrepreneurship is something where you should be.
Wow.
So I think somewhere around 2017 or 18, this seed was sown in my mind कि छोटी छोटी चीज़ें तो करनी है लाइफ में, उससे डिफरेंस क्रिएट होता है. इनफैक्ट विद NMIMS also I did lots of things where I tried to do the best and bring in the change there. But I have to bring, if I have to bring in the real change, then I need to be an entrepreneur.
Wow, I mean chills, definitely getting chills, because see, entrepreneurship is it is a way of life. You are every day getting up in the morning thinking, now what next, what am I going to do, there is a lot of also people only talk about the freedom, they don't really talk about all the insecurities which also come in. So my journey started last year, and I have, by the way, earlier I have had a couple of failed businesses and stuff, and so I've actually gone through that gamut, and I thought literally I will be prepared this time, but nothing prepares you for this, because all your insecurities, every day is a challenge, every day you have to motivate yourself. But you know what I realized, the amount of satisfaction I'm feeling is unparalleled. So you have been now as an entrepreneur for how many years?
Almost 4 years now.
Wow. And now you have to be my mentor and tell me what has been your experience?
Frankly, everybody shows you the rosy picture कि भाई wealth creation करना है तो entrepreneur बन जाओ, freedom चाहिए life में तो entrepreneur बन जाओ. But actually nobody shows you the other side of the picture also कि ये सब आएगा, but it takes time. Initially, every day when you wake up, it's a different challenge and a different fight altogether.
Correct.
So if you're mentally prepared for that, and at least for 2 years minimum, you have to literally slog yourself. So if you are ready for it, and for me, the plus point was that in terms of the finances and all, my husband is into a corporate job, so there I was free कि I don't have to actually think much about it. But anybody who is listening to this podcast and wants to venture as an entrepreneur, please make sure that you have a backup plan of at least 6 to 8 months financially for you, which I frankly was one of the mistakes I did do.
Okay, right. Yeah, so definitely that is something which is big. Nehi, I'll tell you what, my feedback, I think, so I had made my provisions. I have definitely, everything was great. And I also was at a stage of my life where I felt that, if I don't do it now, I won't do it ever. That was that one thing in my mind, and this was a passion, it was driving me, and I was waiting, when will I start my journey? And so I tried my book, and by the way, my book came out in September, so it got published, and
congratulations.
So yeah. And I'm getting very, very good reviews, and things are happening with my book Evolvement. And so this is, by the way, the brand, so awesome. Evolvement, and E, I give it for energy. That is why there is a hyphen after E. So yeah, definitely we did all that. But I'll tell you what, there's so many challenges which I found, which was very weird. Every day, see, you're used to in a corporate job, there are people working with you. Now you're working all alone. And suddenly you're like everything, like initially, like even getting something printed. I remember I had a training program initially, like last year. And I wanted the training material to get printed, and I said, oh my god, I'll have to go to that Xerox wala bhaiya and say Xerox karke do, because and that is why my printer came. So when my printer came, I'm like, I have an office. So that is like small things people don't tell you.
Absolutely.
But how you create that. And so somewhere, what about entrepreneurship what was your challenge? Like the biggest, not just finances, but what else happened with you?
So I'll tell you, frankly, passion and all is very good, बट जब विटामिन एम नहीं आता है ना बहुत टाइम तक, तो पैशन जो है बैक सीट ले लेता है.
हाँ, सच्ची.
And when you are leaving, when you are actually leaving your job and starting your own business, and especially people like us who've been into leadership positions with companies and
Yeah.
education institute, you have to actually leave your egos aside.
Definitely.
Because as you said, चपरासी से लेके पियन से लेके और सीईओ तक सब काम करना पड़ता है.
करेक्ट.
तो अगर कहीं ना कहीं ये ईगो बीच में आ गई ना कि मैं क्यों बात करूं, मैं तो इतने बड़े केबिन में बैठती थी, मैं तो डायरेक्टर रह चुकी थी, और अब मैं क्यों क्लाइंट से बात करूं, तो फ्रैंकली you will not be able to grow your business. And initially that was one very big challenge which actually had affected my own mindset also, because मेरे को लगता था कि ठीक है, क्लाइंट ने ना बोल दिया तो बोल दिया, मैं क्यों जाके बात करूं, उसकी ज़रूरत है, वो आएगा मेरे पास.
Oh God, yeah, exactly. You're like, yeah, why the client is going to come back.
Yes.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen. And with the kind of industry that I am catering to, which is a very, very niche market, where every out of 10, 8 people say that they need it. But when it comes to spending money for it, they will take a back seat.
Correct. Yeah.
Right? So it's so very important to actually come on the ground and get your hands dirty and speak to the client, explain them everything. So if your ego comes, and that's one biggest learning that I have got for myself, that boss business करना है तो ego को जो है पीछे छोड़ के आओ.
Lovely. नहीं, ego definitely, I'll tell you, ego is something, you tend to live off your achievements of the past. And I have got awards, and you've got all that, and now you're like struggling. You don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, what is going to happen next week, and that uncertainty.
Absolutely.
But I'll tell you something which somebody told me, and I kind of live by that. So not every day is going to be the same. So he said one thing to me, and he said that do not compare yourself with your old whatever, or don't compare yourself with others. See what you have done today, okay, or this week, this month. Compare yourself with what you were last month. If you're better, if than that, you've got more clarity, and not just in your business, even your personal life. In your personal life, have you made something better? If in your mental space, are you better? If your brand has got something better, if you've created something more, if that is happening, then you're done. Because see, I have a friend, she's a business coach, and with her, if there's a dry month where she's like, okay, there's no business happening, no client has happened, she actually starts getting very jittery and panicky. But I tell her, I said, those months, have you not worked on yourself? She says, yes, I have worked on myself. I said, so isn't that also important? People actually ignore the mental and the emotional angle of things. What is your take on that?
Absolutely. So I feel, when you are showing up every day, you may not notice your progress, but the people around you are noticing everything.
Wow, lovely.
And that's the best way to get a feedback. So I remember around 4 years back, I was consistently posting on LinkedIn. Every single day, 1 like, 2 like, kabhi 10 like aa gaye, which was okay. But I said, whatever happens, I am going to consistently post on LinkedIn. And you will not believe, after 3 months or so many people used to come and say, I read this post of yours on LinkedIn, I read this thing of yours on Instagram. And I was like, boss, my effort is not going unnoticed. Yeah. I am thinking people are not reacting.
Exactly, because
I am thinking कि अरे traction नहीं आ रहा. But people are noticing everything.
Yeah, you're building up your credibility.
Absolutely.
Because even and हमको भी, if you see, if we'll go and buy something, do we really buy the first thing that we see? We wait.
Absolutely.
We wait. We will keep seeing, okay, what is happening, so it just has to keep going into our mind, you know. We don't even go and see a movie without seeing the reviews. That is where we are right now. So how can you just go and buy something new, you know? Okay guys, so people, you know, we spoke about decluttering. We definitely have to now address this decluttering monster that actually the clutter has created. Okay, so you know, and Rachna is a platinum consultant with the Marie Kondo organization, which is the KonMari method, and she has actually been actively working on this in India for the last 4 years. And I think with Marie Kondo, I came across that method during COVID, and you know, we had that free time, that extra time sitting at home. I definitely worked on that, and I think I saw a lot of changes happening around me. What made you choose Marie Kondo, and what has been your experience with this?
So frankly, even my journey started with Marie Kondo around the COVID time only. But yes, of course, the how this came into my mind was a little, I think 6-7 months before that. So I belong to a city, tier 2 city called Lucknow.
Okay.
And my parents still stay there. And my brother, I have a younger sibling, he stays abroad. So both of us were there for a vacation.
Okay.
And in tier 2 cities, we don't have flats like we have in Mumbai. We had a row house over there. Nice, good 2000 square feet, double story. And my mom was still actually cribbing about the space, saying कि घर पे जगह ही नहीं है.
Oh my God, रो हाउस में मतलब हम तो फ्लैट रहते हैं हम लोग.
हाँ, घर पे जगह ही नहीं है.
Okay.
So as usual, as grown up kids, बैठ गए हम लोग भी मम्मी को लेक्चर देने, बोले कि ये हटाओ, ये निकालो. And my mom got so mad at us. She said कि भाई तुम लोग आते हो खाली हफ्ता 10 दिन के लिए,
ठीक है.
And then you are giving me all this ज्ञान. It's not possible for me.
हाँ.
If you really want to help me, come stay with me for a month and help me declutter and organize my space.
Okay.
And that's where the idea came into my mind, where I thought that there will be so many people like mom, where they are either empty nesters or kids are not there, or they have this willingness to organize their space, but they don't know how and where to start from.
Correct. Yeah.
So can I help them? And then I ऐसी हंसी मजाक में told my brother, and he was like, हाँ कर तू कर, ऐसा कुछ कर ना, start something like a urban company, urban club.
हाँ.
और बात आई गई हो गई, and then you know, we came back to our works and all, but in my mind that thing was going. I said, this is something which can actually bring in disruption in the market if I start doing it.
Wow. Correct.
So then I did my research, and I found out that in the US and the UK and European markets and all, there is a career called professional organizer.
Correct.
Which in India we were not aware of.
Yeah, 4 years back we were not aware.
We were not aware of.
Correct.
So I said, why can I not bring in this concept in India? And before even thinking कि मैं ये करूँ या मैं इसको business बनाऊँ, the first thought, एक बोलते हैं ना vision, you get a vision.
Correct. Yeah.
You get a vision. So the first vision I got was that so many women keep sitting at home or may not get the jobs they are deserving, are little underpaid and all. So this can be a new line of career opportunity that we can create in India.
Obviously, and women are born organizers. If they just get that little input ki this is how the process is, women have an instinctive, although they are nesters also, I find that, women will make a nest out of a house and they make it a home. But this is something which is definitely true for women.
Yes, absolutely. So with this vision only, I said, okay, So now I have a rough plan in my mind. Let's give it a shape, and let me also, because frankly, if you ask me, I was not a very organized person since childhood. I still remember, I used to wait for, even after marriage, I used to wait for my mom to come come in vacations to stay with me and gather the courage to reorganize my wardrobe.
Right, correct.
And my daughter used to make this fun of me, saying कि मम्मा अभी आपका पहाड़ इतना बड़ा हो गया है, लैडर लगाकर आपको सामान निकालना पड़ेगा. So that was something even I was doing. So ऐसा नहीं कि
And you chose it as a career, as a full-time career.
Yes.
Now. Wow.
So I said कि see, this is something I don't have as a skill कि मेरे में inborn organizer हूँ या ऐसा कुछ है. So let me first get an expertise on it.
हाँ, correct.
So that's where, I came across Mary Kondo. I registered for her workshop, which is going to happen somewhere around before the COVID time in London.
Okay. So this was actually prior to COVID.
Yes, a little prior to COVID.
Okay.
And workshop dates and all were announced, and I enrolled for it. But unfortunately COVID hit and I could not go. I mean, she also cancelled the workshop, and a couple of months she was also figuring out what to do, how to do. And then she launched her first online program, consultant program.
Okay.
And I was a part of it, and I attended her workshop, and then I implemented the entire process for my own self first.
Correct.
And when I implemented this process for my own self, trust me, the biggest breakthrough I got was prioritization, or choosing or making the decision. So since a couple of years, that was there in my mind that I want to leave my job and start something of my own. But this entire process gave me so much clarity, or I would say that power of making the decision, that I said that I can choose this as my own career.
Wow. Amazing.
And choosing it for doing it for my own self and getting this breakthrough gave me much more confidence and conviction to help others to do this.
Yeah, that is, I think, a very we always talk about conscious leadership. That is a very important aspect of conscious leadership. Okay, you're not a postman. You just take something from here and you're putting something there. I meet so many people who are also coaches, and they tell me, even I have a coach. I have like 21, 22-year-old person. No, I am also a coach. I said, you have not even worked life. You've not even seen life. You're just taking from somewhere, giving somewhere. I was like, unless you take it in yourself and you understand what are the connotations for yourself, you cannot give it to others. You cannot give पका पकाया खाना है इधर से आपने यहाँ पे catering service चालू कर दी. You cannot do that.
Absolutely.
I'm leaving my corporate job, or if I'm leaving a big job, and so I'll tell you what, I have done my fashion designing. All right, and I'm not a designer. It was the most horrible time of my life, but I was my mother's dream, and she put me in that.
Okay.
And literally that time when I did it was 1990. Okay. People did not understand fashion designing. They said darji ban rahi hai. Okay. So darji banna was fashion designing. आज का situation अलग है. Now I can just imagine you're thinking of leaving NMIMS and you are becoming an organizer. ठीक है? तो what is the लोगों का reaction? I just have to get that.
It's actually a very good question. मतलब I will share the reaction people gave, and it was very funny.
I hope you don't mind my asking this.
No, absolutely not, because in fact I want to share it with people who are listening to this podcast कि भाई if you're coming in an entrepreneurship, it's a bed of rocks, so be prepared for it. So when I left my job, this was a reaction that came from my father, and I don't blame him also, because उनके generations में कभी किसी ने business नहीं किया है. So for
और
him,
ये business where you're going to people's houses and like cleaning their, organizing their space.
ये business की बात तो मैं आपको बाद में बताऊंगी.
हाँ.
But उसके पहले मतलब business ही नहीं किया है, तो उनका reaction था कि इतनी high paying अच्छी खासी job है, monthly you are getting a consistent income, why at this age, and I am not very young, right? I have a 18-year-old daughter right now. So why at this stage you want to actually say that, oh, I want uncertainty in my life? So that was his reaction. But I was actually mentally prepared for it. I was prepared that I'm going to get these kind of reactions to me getting into a business, number one. And then when I shared, this is what I'm going to do, where I am going to go to people's house and I'm going to help them declutter and organize their space. So many times I got this reaction where they used to tell me कि यार तुम कॉर्पोरेट में जहाँ पे तुम HR हेड्स CEOs के संग इंटरेक्ट करती थी, उसको छोड़ के now you're going to go to people's house and do the cleaning for them.
I was going to get into. See, I understand and respect Marie Kondo. I mean, it's an amazing method. It's an amazing organizing skill, and it's an inner peace, general. But I know because fashion designing को दर्जी बोल देते थे मुझे कि तू दर्जी बनेगी. Like so, this is something. So कितने लोगों ने ना बोला?
Frankly, तो ना तो सबने ही बोला. I would say 90% of people said कि if you're doing this, even if you're leaving your job, yaar, start a HR consulting. You have a good 15 years of HR experience and set market hai. Why do you want to, start something and create the demand and get into a completely unexplored thing? So that was of course there. But I am very strong-headed. I mean, circumstances have made me like that. So that was of course there. I mean, frankly, till date, my father doesn't understand what the hell this organizing is all about.
Okay.
He's like, कुछ तो तुम contract लेती हो, जाती हो और कुछ तो लोगों के वहाँ पे करती हो, something like an interior, something like a cleaning. But he frankly doesn't have an idea what this is all about. But yeah, that it was mixed reactions. A few people. And this few people was only 10% of the people said it's a very niche and a good concept. We are sure it has a lot of future prospects. But majority of them actually, and I would say till date, view it as a very, very, similar thing to what a maid does.
Really? Till now?
Yeah.
I think now it has come up in a very, very big way.
Yes, so there is a segment, especially the kind of clienteles that we cater to now, who understand that it's a very, very, specialized knowledge or a skill where somebody will come and help you. Majority of the people are not aware. So we do a lot of awareness creation first of all to make them aware कि ऐसा भी कुछ होता है. So people are not aware. And then of course we also get people who are not the right clientele for us. So for them, they treat us or my staff more like a maid services and all, which is probably
so I know this method and I think it's a beautiful method, and I know the kind of peace it brings because I've gone through it. I went through it, not through you, but I went online and we searched it out, and I want you to definitely share in your own words what is the difference, what is the actual difference, what KonMari does for you. It's not a cleaning service. अगर आपको cleanliness चाहिए, cleaning चाहिए, go to an urban company. They will come, they will clean your house and they will go away. KonMari method is a lifestyle change. So this is, I would like you to share now your thing.
Since we're talking about cleaning, before I get on to your question, I would say that just in one line, just for the audiences want to explain कि when you're doing cleaning, they may sound complimentary, the process of tidying up and cleaning, but when you're doing cleaning, you're trying to clean something which is out of your control. So basically through nature, the dust particles or things are coming in your home or your office or your space, and you're just trying to clear that out, and that's something which is out of your control. But the process of tidying, that is decluttering and organizing, is a very empowering process, because here you are actually confronting your own self.
Wow.
Because you are the one who has created this clutter or this unorganized environment around your own self.
Correct.
And that's where people who actually follow the complete KonMari process get a breakthrough.
Correct.
So I have had clients who have actually got so much clarity after implementing the entire KonMari process, that something which was their passion since childhood, they actually chose it as a career and started their own business.
So decluttering their space, decluttered their mind, and they realized, oh my God, what was they were ignoring, what they now need to focus on. I think that came through.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it gave them a lot of clarity of thought. It actually helped them to prioritize where that happiness lies for them. And it helped them not just to identify where the happiness lies, it also helped them to take a decision. And for you, being working very closely with leaders, decision making is the most important skill.
It's the people, you actually come to know how good a leader is by the decision making skills. People who defer, ke tum le lo, you take this call, or they don't want to take that particular call, or they want to just blame people, or this is what you did. That is actually the crux of leadership. That is where leadership actually makes a difference. You have to stand up for what you believe in. Yeah, and when we talk about space, so I'll tell you one something which happened very recently for me. I was taking a session with a client, and so when I take sessions, we talk a lot about the aura and your space, and because space matters. Now, if I even tell you, like in a relationship, you know about the house, but in a relationship, if you have to compare, yourself and one person, like, so there is this one client of mine had father issues. So I told her, and she stays in Mumbai. Her father stays somewhere in the north. Okay. I said, if you and your father are, say, in a box, who is taking up more space? Literally, she said, my father takes up 95% and I am 5%. Imagine, they don't even stay in the same city. They don't even stay in the same area of India. He's in the north, she's in the west, she's in Mumbai. He is taking up, the minute she thought about her father, she felt her space has got restricted. The KonMari method, what I feel and I've understood, your house is not, you are not just your physical being. This is also your extension.
Absolutely.
By you're just not just reclaiming yourself, but you're reclaiming area around you and your space. This is me. So I think somewhere, if you can give me some.
So we always say this, and there are multiple scientific researches also that has proven this. We always say that every item in your home or your office also occupies a space in your mind.
Oh my God. I have to start cleaning more.
And rent free.
They're taking up space there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there was a study conducted by University of California where it said that if you are surrounded by too many things, it increases the stress hormone, the cortisol in your body, and that's where you get things like you're unable to sleep, you feel stressed out. And when you start clearing your environment, when you start clearing your space, that's why you get a lot of peace of mind.
Wow. I mean, we think houses are meant to have everything available. I think somewhere, there used to be that frugal mindset ke zarurat pad sakti hai. That Indian mindset ke zarurat pad sakti hai. So Indian women, I think, are those nesters. They will have, I remember my mother and my grandmother, my nani and all. You name something and they will have it. how difficult is it to teach Indian women all this?
So it's if I say that implementing the entire KonMari concept as it is for Indian clients, it was actually a challenge initially.
Okay.
Yes, because there are so many things. Simple. Why get into more details? Simple thing you look at is, the clothing, the kind of clothes the Western countries have, and the kinds of clothes that we have. For example, saris and Indian dresses and suits, salwar suits and all. Now I felt that okay, it's a very good concept. Lot of things, the base, the foundation is the same, but there are still a lot of things which I need to tweak as per the Indian scenario.
Okay, so you have actually redefined things. So what is this in your mind? What do you call this?
So it's I have started this DIY program, do it yourself program, which is called the Zen Sort method, which is actually, of course, with due credits to Marie Kondo and the KonMari method, it is 100% inspired by the KonMari method. But in this program, I have actually put in my years of experiences with the Indian clients, especially the women, and how we can tweak and change things as per the requirement of the Indian clients. So this entire program, the Zen Sort method, is all about an amalgamation of KonMari method and Rachna's experience with the Indian clients.
Wow. When you mentioned saris, so with many Indian women, saris are actually that heritage which they have. Like I know many people who have 50-60 saris, and it's not for them, it's not clutter. So it is like this sari has come to me from my nani, it has come to me from my dadi and my mother, and this is the sari belonging to this is the Paithani sari, or this is the Chennai ka sari, or they have, so everything has those connotations. So I myself had many my mother's friends mother, she was in the movie Devdas.
Oh.
She is Ava Mukherjee. She expired 3 years back.
Okay.
And I remember we used to call her auntie, and so auntie had this huge collection of sarees. I think she would have at one time 200 sarees or something, and every saree had a connotation. There was an emotion involved. So I can't ask her to declutter that saree. So how do you handle such an event?
So I'll tell you, there is a little misconception about the entire KonMari process.
Okay.
When people actually think about professional organizers, they think it to be like minimalism. कि भाई ये अभी आ रही है, ये तो सब हटवा देगी, सब declutter करवा देगी.
Which even I thought like that. Yeah.
But it's a myth.
Okay.
It's a myth because the entire foundation of the KonMari method is absolutely not based on minimalism. We don't promote the concept of minimalism. There is a very thin line between minimalism and the KonMari method, which says, KonMari method says, have a right balance.
Okay.
Keep those things that spark joy for you.
Okay.
And we as consultants help the client to identify what are those items that spark real joy for them.
Okay.
Taking the example of your auntie, so those saris are a source of joy for her.
Yeah.
And we as consultants would never ask them to or her to actually declutter those. We will ask, in fact, we've had clients who had certain emotional items which were really close to their heart, and they were actually keeping them in wardrobes and boxes and bins or under bed. So I said, if some emotional items brings you joy, brings you happiness, what is the entire purpose of keeping it inside the wardrobe where you actually can't see it? Why don't you keep it at a place where you see it every day? And that happy moment, that happy hormone gives you a rush of energy.
And you're also reclaiming your area by saying, okay, this is giving me joy, this is going to have pride of place.
Absolutely.
Oh.
So two quick examples that I can think of. One was one of my clients, a Guju, got some charm, I think something that they put in the bangles, etc. In as a wedding gift from her mother-in-law, and it was lying in a wooden box behind in the cupboard. So I told her, do you want to keep it? And she said, yes, it's a memory item for me, I really want to keep it. I said, okay, let's do one thing. Let's put those two stick-on hooks in your wardrobe, and these two these charms will actually, we'll hang it. So whenever you open your wardrobe, they will make some nice sound like a wind chime, and you will also immediately, भले 2 सेकंड के लिए 3 सेकंड के लिए, बट आपको कहीं ना कहीं आपकी मदर इन लॉ, वो गिफ्ट, वो शादी का अच्छा सा पल, वो मेमोरी याद आएगी. So we did that for her. Similarly, one more client had a big box, almost 2000 plus hard copies of photographs.
Okay.
She did decluttering, removed the duplicate photographs, etc. But there was still a big chunk which she wanted to keep. So for her, what we did was, we made a collage of all the photographs.
Okay.
And on the doors of every room, there is a collage of that photograph. It has been nicely laminated, and every morning, evening, whenever she enters into the room, she's like seeing those happy memories and really enjoying the memories.
Lovely. You're making me feel a little better about it, because I'll tell you what, I have so over the years, I'm a little spiritual also, and I think my profession. So I went to Badrinath, so I have that chunri, वो जो देते हैं ना, like थाल में, like, so I have that chunri. So when you open my cupboard, वो chunri को मैंने बांध के रखा. There is I had gone somewhere, and somebody who's a Christian, and I met her, and I was very impressed with her. She's a very big Jesus murti in her house, and the Mother Mary that she has is like very powerful.
Okay.
Like so whenever I go to her house, I've been couple of times, I felt that there is some energy happening somewhere. And when I turned, I found, because I understand energies. I mean, that is my way of working, and I help people. So I thought there is some energy there, and when I turned, there was this big Mother Mary murti there. And I told her, I said, more than the Jesus statue, the Mother Mary is powerful here, because it's giving me very, very strong vibes. And she says, yes, every day I catch, so her hand has come out like that. Every day I catch that hand and I pray. So that was the murti. So she gave me this cross and the rosary, and so I actually hung that, So for me, it's like, that is like that connection. But people tell me, ये क्या तूने hang करके रखा है? So now that you're telling me, I am just feeling little happy that, this is, so because I was thinking minimalist, nikalo.
Yeah, no, so for we advise the clients on small things that can actually give them joy. Let's say your mother's sari, you recycle them, make a nice dress or a cord set out of it. I've had clients who recycled it twice and thrice. So they've got a dress made for themselves, and then they've got a dress made for the kid, and even then they don't want to let it go. Then they have made cushion covers out of those saris.
You can do that, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we clearly and 100% believe, but we let the client take a decision.
Yeah.
We only help them to take a decision, but they still want to keep. We say, okay, if it makes you happy, keep it. And that's where the breakthrough lies, because with materialistic things, when they start choosing what brings them joy, otherwise also in life, that mindset set shift happens, where they start choosing what they really like, what brings them joy.
They say that as you do anything, so will you do everything. This is a quote by Martha Beck. and
that's how this lady I was talking about initially, who got this breakthrough that she chose cooking, which was her childhood passion, and turned into a cafe which she opened for herself.
Wow.
After doing the KonMari process, because somewhere she thought, okay, this is something that brings joy to me, and took a decision, took a plunge that okay, now I can make this my full-time career.
When you see yourself, because this is like a transformative career, and you're transforming so many people's lives, what is the vision that you have for yourself? Like, where do you think you're going to be maybe after 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, or what is, because I can see the passion coming through, and I want to know, when you get up in the morning, if your work is not done well, or vitamin M has not come, so what do you see that motivates you?
So I think as a vision, my vision is to make this industry a $1 billion industry in India.
Okay.
So if more people get into that industry, I mean, that's what we plan to do also. But if more and more people get into my industry, I would never be insecure of more people coming in, because that is a vision that I have. I want to see this professional organizing industry as a $1 billion industry.
But what about, are you training people under you, or how is it going? How can people choose to come for this line?
So we have something in pipeline. We'll be shortly launching the consultant program. So with my 4 years of experience in this industry, having worked with the clients for almost 1500 plus hours, anybody who wants to start this as their career, as a business, we are starting consultant programs for them.
Okay. So is this going to be showing on your website or something like that?
Yes. So we'll be making an announcement for it.
Okay.
It will be showing on the website. And
what is your website called? I think just you can share it.
Yes. So the website is called www.mesmerizeindia.com. That's the name of my company.
Okay, so wow, mesmerizeindia.com. Guys, so this is obviously going to be there in the pipeline. So so I think you want to somewhere create self-empowered women, I guess.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, जैसे वो they say ना that बेटी, वो ऑटो के पीछे लिखा होता है ना, मुलगी शिकली प्रगति झाली. I just love that, कि आपने बेटी को पढ़ाया, and that one girl is going to create so much progress around you. And I always believe that. I definitely believe it. So here and women are always going to be the ones, the the forerunners who are changing their space around them, and I think taking up more space.
So you talked about vision. Frankly, if you ask me, the real vision kya hai tera Rachna? So my vision, you can say, something that I have in my mind is that when I die, so in my funeral there will be like 10,000 women coming and really feeling sad कि यार ये चली गई, but she is the one who transformed my life.
My God, that's so that legacy, and that is our true vision. See, I mean, Ratan Tata left, he's obviously passed away, and people are like now talking that legacy and all that, but yeah, so this is somewhere, so that is what creates the difference, na? Conscious leadership. Wow. And I think that's a very powerful vision, extremely powerful. I have that vision. At least I want many people to say that she'll be missed. She's just not someone who's just come, lived her life, and now she's gone, and like, what is that? No, there will be someone who will be, there's a name behind, there is a legacy, there is a transformation which has happened, and so there are people who I look up to, and I want that to be something. That's why, like, so when I wrote my book, people are like, why you want to write a book? Who's going to book? People don't read books. I said, boss, books will always stay, and this, what we are giving in that book, is precious. You're to change your life. That's something which, so legacy building is definitely important. And that is a very powerful vision, by the way.
Thank you so much. I hope so. I mean, we are able to touch the lives.
No, and definitely I'll tell you, visions happen because when I started, I had not even thought about writing a book, but when I actually had my first vision, I said I saw that I'm going on a talk show and I'm talking and I'm and people give me a standing ovation when I enter. Okay, and that I've made so much change in people's lives. That was my first vision which happened, and I realized, okay, I want to be an author. The second vision that I had was that I am literally addressing 2,000 people. They've come to listen to me, and I'm training them. They will come for programs, and that vision actually has started, like, I'm seeing that growth happen. People want to listen to me. People are asking me, calling me. So they're not 2,000 tak to nahi pahuncha hai, so smaller ones. But yeah, I know that it's reaching there. It's going towards that, and that is like happening. So these visions are very important. They take you to where you are actually meant to be.
Absolutely. I mean, I am somebody who 100% believes in manifestation.
Okay.
So, couple of months back, I think about 6-7 months back, I had good affluent clients coming to me, but I said somewhere, I just manifested that, oh boss, I want to now work with celebrities.
Nice, cool.
And you will not believe, so I got to work with one celebrity, and the kind of services we provided to her was as good as we would do to any client of ours, right? So she was like a normal client to us, but she got so intrigued with our work and so impressed that she said, okay, I'm going to put a reel for you. I'm going to actually showcase this work because many people don't even know about it. I said, okay, great, thank you so much, you've been really kind doing it. And that lady, and I didn't know she's a very famous Marathi actress. I mean,
if you can share her name.
Yeah, Kranti Redkar.
Okay.
So she's Sameer Wankede's wife, and we did her wardrobe and kitchen organizing for her.
Okay.
And that reel went in so viral. Million+ views on Instagram, and so many people started approaching us through that reel, not just for business but also wanting to work with us.
Wow, amazing.
So that's how, if you have a vision, वो कहते नहीं है वो शाहरुख खान की उसमें कि पूरी कायनात लग जाती है आपको अपने पर्पस से मिलाने के लिए. तो इफ़ यू हैव अ विजन, इफ़ यू आर समवेयर थिंकिंग कि मुझे ऐसा करना है और ऐसे लोगों को हेल्प, इरादे अच्छे रखो, हैव द राइट इंटेंशंस.
एंड एक्चुअली व्हाट मैनिफेस्टेशंस, पीपल थिंक इट्स जादू. ओके, ये लोगों को लगता है तो जादू है, तुमने मैनिफेस्ट किया, तुमने ये किया. ओके, बट मैनिफेस्टेशन पहले सोच में आता है, और वो सोचने के लिए भी गट्स लगते हैं. लोग तो सोचते ही नहीं है, उनकी सोच खत्म हो जाती है. नहीं, इतना मत सोचो, अपनी चादर देख के पैर फैलाओ.
So I remember one of my mentors, he always says this. He's like कि जब भी मुंह खोल रहे हो, मांग रहे हो या सोच भी रहे हो, तो ये सोचो कि ऊपर वाला जो है ऐसे हाथ करके बैठा है, तथास्तु, जो तुम मांगोगे वो तुम्हें मिल जाएगा.
तथास्तु.
तो अगर मांगोगे ये छोटा सा, तो फिर भगवान कहेगा ठीक है, ले ले, यही ले ले,
ऊपर वाला भी स्ट्रगल करता रहे.
हाँ. और अगर बड़ा सोचोगे तो ऊपर वाला भी बोलेगा ना कहीं इसने कुछ तो बड़ा सोचा, लेट मी हेल्प देम.
लवली. रचना, मेरे को ना व्हेन आई थिंक अबाउट कौन मारी, there is one thing which the Netflix series में that she does, वो जब when she enters a house, okay, I've seen her do that. She literally she sits on her, हमारे में जैसे वज्रा आसन बोलते हैं, ठीक है, she sits like that and she kind of takes in the vibe of the house. So do you do something similar here?
So I would say not for all the clients, because
Okay.
not everyone resonates or not everybody is doing the entire KonMari journey with me. But in the DIY program that I have, where I'm making them do it, there definitely we do there's something.
What sense do you get about the house, or what sense do they get, that initial sense?
So when I do the very first session for them, I make them do something called as the home greeting, which is what Marie Kondo also does. So I make the client sit in the center of their home, and I
Okay.
do a small, like a 1.5 minute guided meditation for them, where they start feeling that at least मेरे सर पे छत तो है. There are so many people who don't even have a home to live in. So that feeling, that sense of gratitude comes in.
Oh, lovely. I think that's amazing. Because, I'll tell you one thing which happened with me. So, I mean, if people read, they will know that I had so many father issues. I think my book, it's not a biography, but my journey has been such that now I can be grateful to my father for the challenges he threw my way. Because if that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have reached it, because I kept breaking those boundaries. So Papa ke saath we were staying, and our home was, if I have to compare my father to somebody in celluloid, it was Amrish Puri from Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. My father was a Scorpio, and Scorpion, he was born in November, and unki aankhein, like he would just look at you and aap hil jate the. So we were always like that तैयार बर तैयार जिसको बोलते हैं, like you can't, आपको ये नहीं करना है, आपको वो नहीं करना है, आपने ऐसे क्यों किया, आपने वो क्यों किया. So my father would literally enter the house na, and we would become very, very model people. Like we are dancing, or we are talking, or we are laughing. The minute Papa ki ghanti bajti thi, we are like. So there's a scene in that movie, if you see.
Yes.
They are dancing, the daughters and the mother, and the minute the father comes in, that aarti starts. So that was something which we were. So I remember I always wanted a house where there is a lot of love and laughter. And I remember when I made my dream, I call it the dream diary, my journaling. I said, I wrote there, my home is filled with love, laughter and joy and peace. And all visitors to my home feel the presence of God. Okay, and believe me, it's so transpired. I mean, I don't want to say that this caused it or whatever, but yeah, my father started kind of going into a shell and whatever, and then he got cancer, and after some time he died, like 5-6 years later, 10 years later he died, I think. So, but now everyone tells me, when we come to your home, we feel the presence of God. Now you're also in my home office.
Yes.
Can you feel like whatever,
Absolutely.
there's love, laughter, there's peace, there's joy. That actually happens when you reclaim that land for yourself, that reclaim that space. So when Marie Kondo does that, this is what was coming into my mind. Is it just gratefulness, or is it what else comes through?
So gratefulness is one part of it. Secondly, we also start with idealizing visualizing your ideal lifestyle.
So this is something that I was doing, correct?
So what happens is, most of the time, this is the mistake that people do, where they think, okay, I'm organizing my space. But why are you organizing? What is the outcome? What is the end result that you want out of organizing? So in the online program, because the client is practicing himself, all this we do it. But a lot of times this is a challenge here, because when we are going to we are going to provide a service to the client, a lot of times the high-end clients are not even accessible. If they are celebrities, etc., we don't even get to meet them all the time, so we can't do the entire thing for them.
Yeah, and it's something that they have to definitely take a step forward to do it. Nobody can do it for them.
Yeah. But in the online thing, I make sure that I make them actually do this exercise of idealizing their ideal lifestyle. So they make a proper vision board of what is the outcome they want of this process.
Lovely. So you're definitely, there is something there, and I think, yeah, because, and see, manifestation is not something ki one program fits all. everyone will manifest something different. That, like, for me, it was that peace, that happiness, that love, and I wanted that to manifest in my home. And I definitely see it. So, I have a mother, and my son is 27 years old, and his friends are coming in, and so we have this, so many people are coming to my house, and they say they just love to be in our house. So they're like, auntie, aap ye kar lo, auntie, ye khana hai. They'll come and they'll tell me, and people tell me sometimes we feel very weird. We are more comfortable in your house than our house.
Yeah, so that vibe, aura, just like we humans have a vibe, aura, similarly the space also has a vibe and aura.
Right.
And the more things that are there, the more unorganized it is actually deteriorating the aura of the space.
So what do you think about the aura of my office?
It's very positive. I think I still recall the moment I entered in, you had the Shabad playing in.
I do that.
Yes, so that is another way music, Shabad or positive vibrations, how it elevates the aura of the space.
You know something? Till night, I know Mary Connor method, I've done it obviously, but till night I was comfortable, okay? Because I was like, yeah, she's coming in the morning and whatever. Today morning I get up and I'm cooking and I'm like, oh my god, is my office clean? Like, I know it's clean, but you will tend to a little clutter happening. And I got little, I said, oh my god. So literally, like, the minute I finished my cooking, I'm like, okay, let me let me organize.
Let me tell you, that's the not just with you, even the people who are actually calling us for the services or calling me to help them in this process, they also somewhere have a lot of fear of being judged. But when I asked them कि send me a picture of the wardrobe, they're like, nee, it's in a very bad shape. I said, I know it's in a bad shape, and that is why we are here to help you, right?
Right.
आपको कुछ दिक्कत होती है, कुछ तकलीफ होती है, तो आप डॉक्टर के पास जाते हो कि नहीं? तो हम भी वो डॉक्टर जैसे ही हैं. अगर आप हमको बताओगे नहीं कि कहाँ पे तकलीफ है, कहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम है, तो हम आपको उसका सॉल्यूशन कैसे दे पाएंगे?
नहीं, बट ये बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है, because see, people only think in terms of physical problems. Like अभी जैसे with people who come to me, I help them with their emotional, mental leadership, and because conscious leadership say you have to really unblock their mind. You have to push their boundaries and get them to start looking at self discovery and self mastery. तो and healing तो हो ही जाती है. They will literally, there are areas, इसको मत छेड़ो. The minute you have those areas, you are not going to get healed. You are not going to really achieve things. And this is something which we have, those blind corners. आपकी कबर्ड है, सब कुछ साफ है, कबर्ड में दे धनादन.
So thankfully that's where the KonMari process is so foolproof. कि अगर वो mindset ही उसका वैसे बन जाएगा कि अगर उसने प्रॉपर सिस्टम से फॉलो करा एंड प्रॉपर जो कैटेगरी वाइज रहता है वैसे किया, तो हो नहीं सकता. मतलब आई हैव सीन generally a challenge with elderly people, because for them letting go is a challenge, because they have reached that stage in life कि उनको बहुत ज़्यादा इतना कुछ aspirations नहीं है, वो नहीं है. But with that also, I've had a client who was almost 80 years old, lost his wife 10 years back, was keeping all the stuff of auntie, right from the saris to the woolens to the jewelries, watches, etc. But when we did the process for him, except for the precious jewelry, which he said, okay, I'm going to give this to the daughter, and one sari which he again wanted to give it to the daughter as a mother's memories, everything else he removed. Everything else.
Let go. Clearing of the space.
We had to come down to that level to explain him कि भाई uncle, अब auntie चली गई हैं, so please set her free.
My God, powerful, very powerful. Yeah, and for him, I think what an empowering moment. That I don't have to live in the past anymore. I can now be in my present, live for himself. I think that's pretty powerful. Acha, with this method now, I'm going to ask you something very personal now. So many people are letting go. So many people are. So every person has a lot of baggage which we carry. You know, at a personal level, what all baggages, if you can share, you know, like if you feel you're comfortable. If you're not, I'm fine. What do you think was so heavy for you that, because see, I don't just think it's a coincidence that you chose this. There would have been definitely things for you as well, not just your mother, for you as well, that you felt that there is a burden and felt that I have to declutter, because something would have happened, like I've shared with you for me. So what happened with you and why and how, and did it make a change? I hope, if you're not comfortable sharing, you can.
No, I will definitely. So one thing, like I initially only shared that I was doing couple of things before this also, where I had done something for kids and something for mid-career professionals. All was there, but I frankly did not have the courage actually to leave my job, because somewhere I had the fear of future, and of course that has also come with some incidents, some uncertainties that happened with me in my personal life. So I'm basically a live organ donor.
What are you saying? You're a organ donor.
Yes, I have donated one of my kidneys to my husband.
Oh my god, that's a very long, lengthy process. That's a very, recovery is very long. It's very. I have had people in my family who have donated and all that, so I know that. Okay, how long ago did this happen?
This was, I think, somewhere in 2014.
10 years back.
10 years back, about 10 years back. So my husband was diagnosed for a very, very rare autoimmune disease.
Okay.
And because of which his kidney got damaged, and then there were a couple of people who came forward in the family, and they did came up saying that okay, we will help you in terms of finance, in terms of donating the kidney also. Somebody very close, I don't want to name the person here, but then everything was set, and that's where they backed out.
Okay, that's like a tough situation to be in.
They backed out, and I said nothing doing now.
Okay.
होता है ना, self respect आ जाता है.
My god, and it takes a lot of guts to do that.
And that was something that gave me courage. I said nothing doing now. I'm not going to be dependent on anybody for anything now in my life, and that's been my driver or my driving force now throughout.
Wow.
And somewhere I feel my vision is also coming from there only, where I want women to be a part of this industry, or be independent. So somewhere I feel कि यार कुछ भी हो, कभी किसी का लाइफ में एहसान मत लो, अपने को इतना सेल्फ सफिशिएंट बना दो that you are able to manage these circumstances.
No, this is something, I'll tell you what. I find women, I've been in the corporate sector like 17-18 years of HR job, and uske pehle I was like 5-6 years of the other jobs that I had and whatever. I find that, women tend to have this victim mode on. Okay, this is really weird. Even if they are successful, even if they are doing something, they will always say, "Acha, ab main kya karu?" Like they become this helpless doll there. I don't know why they do that. And literally, like, I have to tell them, why not? Who will do it? You have to do it. And it takes them like that guts, and like they're always looking for someone to help them out, someone to. They need to stand up. Women are not weaker sex. I think they need to come out of that weaker sex. We are the protected. आज बस अब हो गया, वो होना था, वो पहले का ज़माना था. आज के दौर पे women are standing strong. When I decided to leave my husband and my my marriage, and 2002 I left mummy and people told me, अरे बेटी तू अब क्या करेगी? I'm doing good. खुद के भरोसे पे करें, ठीक है, मेरा बेटा मेरे साथ है, उसको मैंने किया है. My son told me once, he said, मम्मा पापा नहीं है ऐसे करके. मैंने बोला पापा नहीं है, एक दुख है, ऐसा पापा है 100 दुख है.
नहीं, absolutely.
You have to stand up for yourself.
Yes,
ठीक है. मैंने कहा अब आजकल के ज़माने में लाइक मेरी फैमिली में एक रीसेंट डिवोर्स हुआ एंड सब ने बोला अरे डिवोर्स हो गया, वापस से वो चालू किया. एंड जिसका डिवोर्स हुआ उसकी मदर पता है क्या बोलती है? विंग के साथ बैठना, सी वॉट शी इज डूइंग. वो खड़ी नहीं हो गई, कांट यू डू दैट? एंड आई वॉज सो इम्प्रेस्ड. आई सेड सी दिस इज द चेंज, यू नो. विमेन अपने पैरों पे खड़े रहो. एंड आई थिंक इट टेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ गट्स टू डू व्हाट यू डिड, स्पेशली फॉर योर हस्बैंड. यू नो you have to also be very careful. Your full like kidney dena is not a joke. I remember that movie Sahib where Anil Kapoor gives a kidney. I still remember that movie. I mean that is like it gives you goosebumps. And you have actually lived that. So 10 years down the line, what are you feeling after that?
I really feel proud of myself. I really feel that still I feel that I have done something very out of the league, which I'm proud of, but I don't let it get onto my head also.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it had happened with me. Where at one point in time, I started thinking that, oh, I am God. तो वो भी नहीं होना चाहिए.
नहीं.
Because everything is meant, because I believe a lot in karma. So maybe something my husband would have done for me in the past life, which I'm repaying now, but I'm super proud, and so is he. So you know, we are like each other's chief motivation officer.
You're lucky to have that. Very lucky.
Because in entrepreneurship we have a lot of ups and downs, so sometimes you feel like giving up. And that's where we support each other. But that's a very important lesson that has come to me. First of all, this entire thing that happened has made me very strong. It's like if I have come out of that phase of my life, तो बाकी तो सब बहुत छोटा छोटा है. I mean, I have literally seen so much uncertainty that where the doctors said that we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, we can't save him. So I've been through that situation. So that's made me very, very strong. That's made me very, very independent. I feel that's something, you know, I can give to others, right? Others as in people might get inspired about it. And of course, it's really important as women to be independent.
Definitely. Financial independence. And I also say one thing to people, like, you know, people who come to me, and especially women, and I always say have a house in your name. Not just financial independence, have a house in your name. आपके नाम पे घर होगा ना, आपके पास एक जगह है. The biggest thing which men take advantage of, I've seen people, because I've had so many clients, and now I've had whatever, I've been coaching people and training people for the last 10 years, 10, 13, 14 years. I tell them, I said, जब आपके पास एक जगह है, okay, the one thing which men say, तेको घर से निकाल दूंगा, because they know इसके पास जगह नहीं है जाने को. The minute you have a house in your name, it can be a small 4 by 4 feet. You can't even sleep there, but have a house in your name.
Very important.
Very important.
And one more thing that has been a biggest lesson for us as a family is that your health is very, very important.
Correct. Yeah, why are we ignoring that big thing? Yeah.
Because frankly, मतलब maybe because of age, when we are all young, we feel कि नहीं अभी money, you know, अभी कमा लो जितना कमाना है, money is really important. But genuinely, अगर आप corporate में हो, any other job, wherever you are, money is important, but I will still, this has been biggest learning of my life. My first priority will always be my health and then my family, because if I am in a good state of health, तो मेरी फैमिली और मेरे कंपनी भी मुझे पूछेगी.
Yeah, obviously. And I've seen corporates में they ignore their health. And अगर वो physical देखेंगे, वो gym करते होंगे, they will still ignore their mental and emotional health. Like I have seen people who are, they will come out of a meeting and because I was in HR, okay? And I remember हमारा ना one company of ours had done this offsite in Chennai. I had arranged the entire offsite, 350 people हम लोग चेन्नई लेके गए and all that, okay? Pan India offsite था, but it went to Chennai. वहाँ पे there were this review meetings happening and one of the guys, he literally had like a anxiety attack there, and people are telling me, Green, handle karo, and I'm like, what do I handle? Like how? Imagine this was like many years back, and I'm literally calling for soup and I'm making him sit and I'm like literally putting soup in his mouth and मतलब ये सब हम लोग कर रहे थे, and I realized, can you see the emotional toll that is taking on them? And entrepreneurship चाहे जो मर्जी हो, you're still happy. Stress है, I mean, get me if I'm wrong, but what do you think about? Because, but ये जो stress पालते हैं, ये जो चीज़ है, ये कितना आपकी body कितना लेगी? ये कहीं ना कहीं तो कुछ ना कुछ तो फटेगा ना. I mean, I've seen those people how they're like sweating and they're like ऐसे करके. And I've seen so many business heads do that. And I am, I mean, I the way the corporate sector is, something has to change. More conscious leaders are required. I think that is one area which definitely, and I'm doing my bit. I'm little by little changing
it.
But
amazing work.
Yeah, but conscious leadership has to be the name of the game and has to be the need of the hour right now. So no matter. But this is something which you've raised, and I think, health is extremely important.
Absolutely. Top priority, I'd say.
Top priority, and not just physical health, emotional health, mental health, and like you said, if your problem hai, go to a doctor. But here, that's what we coaches do. We help you sort it out, and we kind of help you even clear those spaces, and I do that. And believe me, people are like, we feel so much lighter, so much better. So that happiness is what you have to deal with. So now that you are an entrepreneur, you are doing all this, are you happy?
Very much. So a lot of times I put in, so freedom, हम बोलते हैं कि entrepreneur बनो, you have a freedom, but frankly अभी at this stage where I am, freedom तो उतना नहीं है, because अगर आपको client मिल रहा है, अगर आपको work project complete करना है, तो you have to go with the client's preferences and choice. But yes, वो जो एक सेल्फ सेटिस्फैक्शन होता है, वो जो एक रियल हैप्पीनेस होती है, दैट डेफिनेटली इज देयर. सो आई मे बी मच मोर टायर्ड व्हेन आई कम बैक होम एज कम्पेयर टू माई जॉब, बट जब लेटती हूँ बेड पर तो एक वो सुकून, एक वो खुशी बहुत मिलती है कि दिस बेबी ऑफ माइन, दिस मेस्मराइज दैट आई एम नर्चरिंग एंड ग्रोइंग, it's taking shape, and that keeps driving me.
And you know what, I love your vision. I love the legacy that you want to leave in the world, and I really want that you empower much more women. I want women to stand up. I think you have the same vision that I do, and for me it's not just women, it's men. I mean, men and women both, I feel time has come to take charge of your life. Time has come to get your inner leadership activated and and soar high. And I was seeing that tattoo, so she has, guys, this very beautiful tattoo which she has of birds flying and soar high, just soar free, just be free in this world and be happy always. Yes, I think it's a very good place to end our podcast, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rachna.
Thank you for having me. You are doing an amazing work by helping people like us, take our vision, take our that small ideas and opinion reach more and more people. So a big congratulations to you and all the best. and may your vision, your dream come true.
Definitely.
So
And
tomorrow it will be like, we are recording it today, but I hope tomorrow, just like TRS is there, you have this podcast as soaring as high as the TRS, even more.
and I want people to start learning from conscious leaders and becoming conscious. That is my wish for the world. If you ask me, conscious leadership is something that everyone has to aspire to. And how will you learn? By listening to conscious leaders. So that is where our little bit, where we are kind of are trying our level best. And I guess please opt for becoming a conscious leader yourself. Find out, from people where we used to read biographies, now podcasts have brought this to the fore, and it's you're seeing people, hearing them, and that will make a difference. And this is also going to be recorded always in history now. So that's, guys, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Thank you.